Welcome to another video of Allsport ABP. I've been recently watching a podcast channel from the West Indies, and that's called the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. I found that channel very informative, and especially looking for what the West Indies squad would be for this upcoming series against Bangladesh, especially for the two-match test series that falls under the ICC Test Championship. I went through, I scrolled, I googled, and I found out this excellent podcast channel, and they've been talking about the West Indies squad, the formation, who misses out, and where their strengths and weaknesses lie. So I just thought, from the Bangladesh perspective, I would like to give them a little bit of a flavor and give you all, the viewers, a little bit of a flavor of what the Bangladesh squad is for the West Indies series, how the preparation was, where are the strengths and weaknesses, and do they have any injury scares or not? Is it a team in transition? We'll try to answer that question as well. And of course, some players to watch. So enjoy. So Bangladesh has been playing in this third cycle of the ICC Test Championship, where they've had some home and away series. The recent ones against India and South Africa did not bode very well for them, but Bangladesh had their best success in this test cycle when they went to Pakistan and beat them 2-0. That was the first time that Bangladesh beat Pakistan in a test series and whitewashed them. And through that, a new transition of the Bangladesh test side was actually coming to surface. Obviously, there has been a change in guard. The usual suspects, the veterans, the ones that have led Bangladesh cricket for more than a decade, people like Tamim Iqbal, Shakib Al Hasan, Mahmudullah Riyad, none of them are available for selection. Tamim Iqbal hasn't retired yet. I think there is a possibility that he might come back to international cricket, and test cricket would be the format that he'll come in, but that's for another day. Mushfiqur Rahim has been the stalwart for Bangladesh, the mainstay in the Bangladesh's batting lineup, the top run getter, the player with the most number of test matches under his belt. Unfortunately, due to injury, Mushfiqur Rahim is not part of the West Indies squad. So this gives a big dent into the makeup of the Bangladesh batting unit. If you look at the captaincy situation, Nazmul Hossain Shanto was declared as the captain of the Bangladesh side that would be coming to West Indies to play the test series, but unfortunately, during the South Africa series, Nazmul Shanto suffered an injury and he's out of the series as well. That brings up a discussion for where the leadership core is moving on to. So we recently have seen Nazmul Hossain Shanto has been the three-format captain for Bangladesh for over a year now, and from him, the baton has been passed on to Mehdi Hasan Miraj, who has been regularly captaining the side, especially in the age-level cricket. And Miraj has always been a very loyal servant to Bangladesh cricket, especially in Test cricket, where he started from 2016 and had a brilliant series against England at home. Mehdi Hasan Miraj has honed his batting skills now and is more of an all-rounder rather than a bowler. So he is the one that the Bangladesh fans expect to replace Shakib Al Hasan going forward. Looking at the situation where Bangladesh played the only warm-up match against the West Indies select just a couple of days back, Bangladesh actually gave out the cards. They gave out more or less the lineup that might be going up against West Indies, especially in the batting order. So Mahmudullah Hasan Joy and Zakir Hassan could be the two openers that will be starting off for Bangladesh in the first test. Coming up to the number 3 position, this is where it gets interesting. Nazmul Hossain Shanto is injured, so he's not part of the squad. And Mominul Haq will be slotting in at number 3. That actually has been his best position since he started Test cricket back in 2012. And Mominul is actually one of the few cricketers who has a century against West Indies in Test cricket, although both of them came in home conditions in Chattogram, his favorite venue. But Mominul will really be the main person for Bangladesh if they really want to do well, especially with their batting. At number 4, there's a youngster, Shahadat Hossain Dipu. Not a lot of test outings, but he has been really touted as the young and upcoming talent for Bangladesh, especially in red ball cricket. He played the practice game, scored some runs, but a lot will be riding on him as well, since he has to lead the middle order. And then we move on to Liton Kumar Das. It's the beginning of the trio of wicketkeeper batters that are in the Bangladesh squad for this test series. So Liton Das is an interesting prospect. Obviously, he's going to be part of the team. Did not play against South Africa due to a fever, but he's available and he'll be playing in the middle order. And along with him, 2 more new faces. One of them is Zakir Ali Onik, who's been consistently performing in the domestic circuit, especially doing really well in List A cricket as well as first class cricket. So he gets his reward. He already had his debut in Test cricket in the last series against South Africa, so he will be part of the starting 11 and will be looking on to putting up some runs in the late middle order. Mahidul Islam Onkon is another wicketkeeper batter who actually was fast-tracked into the Bangladesh national team, the senior side, mainly because of the injuries of the other usual suspects. So Onkon, I think he'll be getting his opportunity in West Indies as well. The simple reason is Bangladesh did not bring a lot of batters in their squad. He's probably the only option that Bangladesh would take up and put him into the starting 11 against West Indies. Amongst the spinners, Taijul Islam, the fastest to 200 wickets in Test cricket for Bangladesh. He just achieved that feat against South Africa recently. I think he's going to be the main spinner, the premium spinner for Bangladesh in this series. And it will be very important for him as well because he has a reputation of not doing well in away tests. So I think this is something that he would want to rectify, and this would be a great opportunity for him. Now moving on to the fast bowlers. Bangladesh have brought in 4 fast bowlers in their lineup. Shoriful Islam, the left-handed pacer, Taskin Ahmed, obviously a very renowned face already in world cricket. Nahid Rana, the speedster, who's been talked about a lot and he's also had his name in the IPL auction right now. I don't know, he might or might not get a team, but he has some serene pace. He's very, very tall, and I think this would be his first outing with the senior side in West Indies, so it's a very, very exciting time for him and for the Bangladesh supporters as well. Hassan Mahmood has been the most consistent fast bowler for Bangladesh in Test cricket this year, and I think he's going to keep his place. So according to me, the 3 fast bowlers that could start the first test would be Taskin Ahmed, Nahid Rana and Hassan Mahmood. Shoriful Islam is the left-handed pace bowler who might miss out, but you never know, he might get his chance as well. And the last but not the least is Hassan Murad, who still hasn't got his test debut. Hassan Murad is a left-arm orthodox spinner who has mostly been drafted into this Bangladesh squad because of the absence of Shakib Al Hasan. So Bangladesh needed some backup in the slow left-arm orthodox spin department. I'm not very sure that Hassan Murad might get his opportunity, at least in the first test, although he had a great outing in the practice match, just bowled 10 balls and got a hat-trick. So he's suddenly putting up his hand up and saying, hey, excuse me, you could pick me as well. So it's a good situation, at least for the team selectors to have, especially to select the starting 11 for Bangladesh for the first test. They would like to look at the conditions first. Obviously, the first test is in Antigua, the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, where I'm guessing if the weather permits, the faster bowlers might have a bigger say in this. So it would likely be 3 fast bowlers for Bangladesh and Taijul and Mehdi Hasan Miraj looking onto the spin department. So players to watch, I think for me, one would be Nahid Rana. Obviously, I've talked about his pace, about his aggression. He's young, he's hungry, and I think he's got a great opportunity to express himself in good bowling conditions against a decent West Indies batting side. Really can't wait for the series to start. Bring it on, West Indies. I'll see you later. Stay awesome, stay all sport with Allsport ABP.